What's up, guys? It's your girl T, and today we are doing goat meat pepper soup. Now, I done told y'all before, I'm far from a chef, but my shit do be bussin'. So before we get into all this goodness, I need y'all to go ahead and hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and let's get into it.
It's just the say nobody with the wasting, girl. This I know say don't put no fisting, girl.
Daddy land.
Say your man you are replacing, girl.
Yo, daddy, now land and back up your thing if you're good up, good up. Yeah. Wind your waist if you're good up, good up. Touch up yourself if you're good up, good up. Good up, good up, my girl.
Alright, guys, so first things first, I have about 5 pounds of goat meat here. I did skinless. I know a lot of people prefer skin, but I didn't have a whole lot of time to boil it down, so this is what we're working with. So now we're going to get into our herbs and our spices. We already know our lemon and our vinegar is for washing the meat. Some Caribbean all-purpose seasoning, some green seasoning, my specialty, some minced garlic, some shallots, some onions, basil. Got some Tony Cashier's Creole seasoning. We got some shots of pepper sauce, some Bajan seasoning, our meat, and now we're good to go. And what's the first rule in T's Kitchen? Wash everything. We are washing our meat with what? Water, lemon, and vinegar. Say it with me. Water, lemon, and vinegar. If you're new here, do not get in my comments telling me, oh, why you doing all that? You ain't got to wash without it. Yes, you do. Listen, they got mad cow, mad goat, mad monkey. All the animals is mad out here right now. So we ain't got time for no illnesses, no disease, nothing. So once you got your meat soaking in your water and your vinegar, you just want to take your lemon and scrub your little meat pieces one by one. Take your time. Put some love into it. Believe it or not, your meat tastes better when it's cleaned properly. So now that that's all done, you just want to let your meat soak in your lemon and your vinegar and your water for about 5-10 minutes. Also, I want to add, when you go to rinse your water out, make sure your water runs clear. If you still see blood, it is not clean. Next, we're going to start the process of browning our meat. But first, we're going to toss some pepper over in our Dutch oven to scorch the pot. Now, this is a trick I learned from my Bajan friends, and I'm not exactly sure what it's supposed to do, but I noticed it kind of makes the spice and the heat stick. I'm assuming that's why they call it a Scotch bonnet, though I could be wrong. Now you're just going to pour all your meat over in the pot. And let me tell you, the bigger the Dutch pot, the better. If you plan on cooking large dishes like this, I would definitely recommend getting at least a 7-quart pot. And so now you just want to spread all your pieces out evenly. Make sure everything has enough room so that it can brown real quick. Keep your light on high and cover it. Let it cook for about 15 minutes. So now I'm just checking it after about 15 minutes. I have a lot of pink pieces still. So I'm going to cover it back up, let it brown for about 10 more minutes. And while that's cooking, I'm going to start chopping up my veggies. Got a few scallions going. I still had a really large white onion from something I cooked the night before, so I went ahead and took a few pieces off of that. Now, I don't know a whole lot of people that cook with shallots, but I love me some shallots. So I just took about 2 of those. And finally, I'm doing 1 Scotch bonnet pepper. Now, I'm only doing 1 this time because I'm giving some to my mom, and I know she doesn't do a whole lot of spice. So after about 20 minutes, I decided to go ahead and check the meat again. I let it stay on a little bit longer to save us some time at the end. And everything is looking good and browned, and it's boiled all the way down. Next, you're going to add some water to your pot. I don't add my water right away. I know a lot of people do, but I like to let my meat cook in its own juices first and then add my water. I'm going to cover that up and let it boil down for about 10 more minutes. Now for this recipe, I did things a little bit different because I've been trying to cut back on my salt intake. So I did not season my meat directly. I did not season my meat. Now you can do what you want, but for this, I did not season my meat. What I'm going to do instead is add my seasonings directly to my soup. So I'm going to start with my green seasoning. Do a few scoops of that since it's a bigger pot. Now y'all can feel free to use whatever seasonings y'all want to use, whatever y'all like to use most on y'all meats, but this is just what I use. Then I'm going to add some minced garlic, throw in some Tony Cashier's Creole seasoning. Y'all know I put that shit on everything. Next, some adobo all-purpose, a little bit of Maggi chicken flavored bouillon. This was some Caribbean all-purpose seasoning I had. Now this is my favorite Bajan seasoning. I wasn't able to get it directly from Barbados, but I did find it online. Now if you watched my previous tutorials, you know that I'm quite fond of cooking with accent. I know a lot of people don't like it because it has MSG, but like I said, just keep it to a minimum. And now this is just some shots of pepper sauce. You can actually use whatever pepper sauce you want. I know a lot of people use Marie Sharp, but this is just what I use in place of all the other different peppers that go into pepper soup because a lot of them aren't accessible here in Chicago. And now finally, I'm going in with my African peppers. I have my African pepper soup pepper and my African hot pepper. If you've ever worked with African peppers, you know that they are straight heat, so you definitely want to go easy with that. And now you just want to give that a real good stir. Let everything get deep down in there. Soak up the meat, soak up the soup. Now you want to add your chopped veggies. Remember the onions and the scallions and the shallots that we did earlier. Go ahead and dump those over and stir those in there real good. Oh, no cap, this is one of those things that I wish you could smell through the phone. Like, if you are not salivating at this point, you're not doing it right. Let that boil together for about 3 minutes or so. And now finally, you want to throw in your chopped Scotch bonnet because that is what's going to set this thing ablaze. Give it another good stir. I like to toss in some fresh basil in mine. If you don't have it, that's fine, but this just kind of makes it pop for me. And one last good stir. Then cover and let boil together for about 10-15 more minutes. You really just want to make sure the texture of the meat is to your liking. Throw in some rice and peas or some jollof and serve to your good friends. Not just anybody, your good friends.
Yeah, you forget the big life. Say money they a bucket for the big life. Come let me fill the socket with the big light. Yeah, I'm a bruise, so you tight.